Hi guys, I've got more turns in my Asphodel game here. Um, Starting at turn 17. Now this is a while ago. I'm at like almost turn 30 now, I think. Um, so this is rewatching this is going to be a little new to me. Um, I'll keep sending you nature and death I don't need. I've sent you 6 death gems 2 turns ago in case you didn't notice, by the way. Um, by the way, Bandar is kind of eyeing on me. So you can go on him. His northern front must be rather free to take. So Nazca's trying to get me to go on Bandar log at this point. And like even at this point in the game, I've got a pretty good relationship with Bandar log. Um, it's it's not a great matchup for me going against an Astral Nation. Like if he has any research at all, it's just can be quite tedious to fight them. So I'm happy to not go in. Like if I did go in against Bandar, it would be to overwhelm him. So at this point, just trading for gems. Find a stone circle. That's an earth site. And let's look at the events, and then we'll look at the battles in the other map. So gold, hooray! Axe of sharpness doesn't matter. A little bit of gems, not so bad. Fire gems, very nice. Gained a lab and a thistle mace. So the thistle mace is sweet. Having an earth booster is really useful because it's going to allow me to cast Grow Fortress with my nature 3s. So if I move a nature 3 over here, I can get me a fort without without having to move my pretender around. Like I had built my pretender with the intention of using it to build forts if I didn't get the right randoms. But now with the Thistle Mace, I'm just guaranteed the ability to grow Fortress. Um, let's look at battles and see if there's anything really interesting. Bandar Log attacked with 40 Burgmeister. Oh, he ran into. Yeah, so this is a mercenary party, the Burgmeister Guard. And these guys have really high defense, and they pack in really tight in these squares. Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a square here. So normally they can't really get harassed down, but I think the quickness condors are just going to overwhelm them. Yeah, yeah, quickness is a fearsome bless on these things. What was the damage there? So he did take out 5 condors, so that's like half a summon right there. Let's see. Veneroos attacking Shinuyama. Now this is weird from like watching turn 30 and being like, oh yeah, this happened. Obviously it's Veneroos here that's going to win. These are the skin shifters, so they will berserk. Oh, these ones haven't even changed form. Yeah, they're not going to change form. These battle axes are just very strong. 26 damage. Broadsword and axe on these berserkers makes them very, very killy because this is 6 attacks per square. The individual attacks aren't as strong as the skin shifters. Um, but yeah, looks like nothing doing here. Not a single, not a flinch. Oh, he did lose a berserker. That was a moderate amount of PD. I think that's 10 PD. Agartha attacked Vanaroos and won. Oh, they bumped here. Interesting. So this is really unfortunate for Vanaroos because this looks like a pretty solid squad here. These are the stone guard things, the sentinels, the never healing tag, morale, shock resistance, fire resistance, cold, natural protection, fate weaving, undying, blood vengeance, berserker. Nice. So both these guys are going to attack Auric right now. Yeah, and like these dudes with their shard glaze, which hit for a ton of magic damage, and that's just natural magic damage. Oh, and they curse. Um, Cut up the skin shifters. Yeah, Berserk's kind of a nice bless on these guys, actually. I like this. Blood Vengeance? Oh, this guy's not Berserking. This guy's Berserking. Yeah, I missed that. Berserk +2 for the natural protection. So yeah, what did that involve? So two Magma Children, Shard Guard, Shard White, and then Vanaroo's lost all that, which isn't great for him. Facia attacked Mictlan and appears to have won. Mictlan's really not in a great spot this game. I don't know if he has the necessary bless required. What does he got here? This is imprisoned. Yeah, this is just imprisoned stuff. Charge bodies. That's not going to be enough to like the. So I have resistances on my bless, um, and they're great, but that's really like it doesn't. That's not an early game thing. Like this is turn 17. This is elemental resistances are not meaningful. Actually, that's not true. I guess he's running into lesser air elementals. So being able to avoid the lightning swarm attack, because they have lots of these, can be pretty nice. But if he had just had magic weapons rather than all that shock resistance, it would also be fine. Because that's major and minor shock resistance on that. Yep, get stomped. So at this point, this was Battle in Facia, so his cap was under siege and he kicked these guys off. This is a loss of some kind. I don't say it's game losing, but it's not good. So we ping this throne here, and I just retreat. I'm looking like this was a while ago, but I would have looked at this guy and been like, oh, this is gonna suck. Um, and then I think these guys, other dudes here, are just sages. Yeah. So depending on what they cast, it could suck, but it's unlikely that they're going to cast very cleverly. But this is bad. The Lore Master, that's um, Astral 3. You can do some funky stuff with that. So I'm not sure if I go in that turn, this turn. What's this last fight? Oh yeah, just reading some PD is all I'm doing here with my bless. No, does my bless early game, late game? It's pretty killy. Uh, I should have strength. I've got a charge. I've got a magic weapon, and the cold weapons. Like I'm most likely going to um, get a kill in my first charge. And when these guys do take damage, they do go berserk. Um, yeah, which is makes them even more dangerous. So they're very offensive, not very defensive. And we already looked at the events. Um, so it looks like I'm gonna hit this throne. I've got some big meat shield boys here. This is really expensive for me because that's 100 gold, that's 100 gold, that's 100 gold, 300 gold of units that I'm just gonna lose for sure. Because these guys will get disintegrated by this throne. And then I'm probably gonna lose a good portion of these 20 sacreds I'm bringing. But it'll get me this throne, and most importantly, this throne has decent income. So I'll have gold for a few more turns, which will give me buy me some breathing room in this game that otherwise I really don't feel like I have. And I would still be probably, oh, I'm getting my first Carrion Lord this turn. Okay, so turn 17, first Carrion Lord. I'm probably sending out some messages, sending air gems to Facia. 2 air gems for 2 nature gems. Message for Vanarus. Just saying I'm scared about Nazca. And Facia, I'm begging them to get involved in this war. I want Facia to be raiding Nazca to reduce some of the heat on Naba down here. So Naba said he lost his cap this turn, and I found out his cap is actually Vath. So this is something I didn't know prior to this game, that his dominion obscures provinces, and I knew that. That's why these provinces that I don't have scouts appear to be neutrals. But I didn't know that it also obscured his cap. Like I was looking for a province named Naba, and I couldn't find that. So, but instead there's a province named Vath, and that is his cap. And I'd already scouted this before, and there was a castle on it. So it makes sense. It's just I didn't realize that was how his dominion worked. Yeah, so offense here. More site searching going on. I'm going to get all the carrion lords site searching. Yeah, let's turn 17. Oh, I'm going to keep raiding Nazca just because it's like the right thing to do. Um, it's not my rating that's going to cause Nazca to lose. Uh, it's more like what Facia and Bandar end up doing. Um, like this province is just a tiny little bit of income in Nazca's scale. So 16 gold, and like I'm gonna raid along here, and it's gonna be a similar amount of gold. It's just not meaningful. Um, but like little losses like this, like Nazca doesn't want to be losing condors like this. This is not a good way to lose condors. So I'll be raiding from the other players. I think that'll do him in. Yeah, more foreshadowing. Shinuyama will die. You can kind of see that this player at turn 17, they have a second fort compared to me. I also have a second fort. Their lands holdings are, they don't have this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, let's say 8, 9, because they could have had these two. And let's say they've got all this 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's still not like, that's good, but that's not great. And it's not, uh, if you're not going to have a good expansion, then you should have something cooked up to make the next phase of your game good. Like, I wouldn't say I had a great expansion. Bandar Log had a much better expansion than I did. Bandar Log took an Awake Pretender and used it to expand. However, during the expansion phase, I was getting Mother Oak up, so I have a decent gem income. Like, it's turned 17, and I've got 24, 30, 33 gems per turn coming in. That's pretty decent on turn 17. Let's take a look at turn 18. Yeah, you can see I'm at 29 right now. Okay, so more trading for gems. I'm being quite active in Discord this game. Generally, this is something I've taken from a board game called Diplomacy, which I used to play online. I guess, yeah, I shouldn't say I still play it. Used to play it online. Um, and I've really found that diplomacy is best done by over communicating. Just talk a lot. And generally, by shaking the tree, apples will fall. And you'll find information. You'll build relationships with people. And the world is generally a better place with more talking. So we've hit enchantment 4. Next is 5. We need 5 as our big war goal, right? Foul Vapors is 5. Horde of Skeletons is also a pretty good spell. Foul Vapors is kind of my hypothesis at this point on what it's going to take to eliminate Nazca. So he doesn't have any poison resistance. His units don't have tons of HP, and a lot of them have pretty low morale. Like the Hat and Runa do not have good morale. So with Foul Vapors, I can route in just a couple turns, is my thinking there. Get him to route. So going enchantment 5 next. I'm gonna keep rearranging these, so I'm not even gonna mention this. There's a couple of like objectives here. Construction 4 gets me skull stabs and thistle maces. Great. Frost brands. Great, great, great. Um, Enchantment 6. There's two spells. Relief, which I can cast, um, which helps with my fatigue reduction, and I combine that with Rigor Mortis. Not really any point in going up here for Rigor Mortis if I can't get Death Force. I need Death Force to cast this. Um, they've the spell's quite strong, so there's been a balance change that I think has upped the path requirements for it or up the gem expense required for it. I can't remember which, but basically you used to be able to do it with Death 3, now I need Death 4. So there's not really any point in going for this unless I have Construction 4 to get myself a booster. There's also something here that has made me think that my god design wasn't so bad after all. This game doesn't has one Earth superpower in it. It's Agartha. I might be able to get riches from beneath off. I don't care about resources, but look at this province income. Province income is 4% times the resource value times dominion. It doesn't matter. Actually, I guess this thing doesn't matter. But income from mines plus 20% times dominion, so max double my income from mines. It's quite possible that most of my income could be from mines at some point, and doubling that, yeah, it could be useful. Could be useful. Um, Also, like just even having a little bit more income would be nice, and it's also not the kind of global that's necessarily going to scare people. So let's have a look at this. This is a lot of barbarians. Yeah, that's probably 10 PD of barbarians. I want to say, is there one commander? Yeah, there's the Atavi guy. Yeah. Um, and then these condors are going to come in and mush them. Boom. Yeah, that's brutal. But again, loses a couple condors. Just keeps happening. Um, oh God, I don't even want to look at that. Okay, so I raid. There's 5 PD here, 6 PD, 6 PD in this province. Not an issue. And then we get some events: unrest, misfortune, death gems, air gems. Beautiful. Famous hero, unbreakable skin, tough skin. Nice. So bad. So I knew I was going to lose things here. Let's run this slow. Uh, I knew I was going to lose things. I did not want to do this. So these guys, they don't communion, they mind burned, which is just great because these things are huge HP sacks and they don't really have great magic resistance. 10 is flat average and mind burn is a hell of a spell. So they're going to charge in. They're undisciplined anyway. Thankfully, when they take damage, they berserk, so they're not going to like run back through my lines. Um, they're going to trample these guys, which is nice. Come on, trample, trample, trample. I had both these groups on attack closest. Maybe I should have had them on attack rear to kind of split this up. But like, didn't I say I have 300 gold of the Minotaur coming into this? And I currently have 125 gold of Minotaur, 100 gold of Minotaur, 75 gold of Minotaur. Like, they've got 12 protection. They wear fur, which gives them body prod, not head prod. It, like if they were against size 3 units, they would hit with this double axe, which is amazing. But these guys are all not size 3, they're size 2. So all they're doing is trampling. And they're just a magnet towards every spell and every projectile. And there's only, what, 2 per square, 1 per square? I think it's 1 per square because they're undisciplined poor formations. Um, so that, yeah, they just get shredded, absolutely shredded. Anyway, the Black Centaur are going to do the work here. Thankfully, they're berserking. Um, These guys are advanced cast spells. Oof. Oof. Big oof. Because I lost 7 Black Centaur on this, along with my lovely Minotaurs. All gone. And I'm hoping that 120 gold, which is going to drop rapidly, is going to pay for that. Also, this is the Throne of the First Age. Spreads Dominion 3, don't want that. Increases magic, don't need that. Blessed troops get magic resistance. Yeah, okay, that'll be nice. I will use that later. But for now, don't want to touch that throne. I'm going to take the Carrion Lord I summoned this turn. He's heading over here because we're going to claim the Brass Throne. We're going to build a palisade on it. The nice thing about this, 50 gold per turn. It's a good bit of income. I don't think there's any site searching this turn. I've gone here and here. I'm going to back up. Don't need to draw any attention from Nazca onto myself, especially not when I have a rough idea how many units he has. And I think I'm pretty quiet this turn. Yeah, send me some air gems. Thanks for the gems. Planning on using them to make chaff, and then have a Mountain King lead the chaff raiding party. Hopefully with enough of these groups, we'll be able to keep the pressure up. I'll send more air gems if you'd like. Did I take a province from Vinarus? Oh, that's right. I forgot about this. So I see the situation here. Vinarus has been cut off from this province. So I'm like, oh, you're not tracing income anyway? I'll rate it myself. And I'll just leave 1 PD on it for you. And I think I do that. And I think I forget to send him any gold, which is my bad, because I really meant to, unfortunately. Trouble is, I know later I find an nature site here, and I really can't give those things up. Yeah, so that's turn 18. Let's do turn 19. See what happened. This is nice because when I play these turns, I actually rarely watch the battles. I usually just kind of wing it. Oh goodness. Yeah, this turn. 20 gems from Vanarus. I felt so bad because I go in here with 7 Black Centaur, which wasn't enough because he had friggin' heavy cav. So this is like 10 PD. So he ends up killing my Black Centaurs. Not all of them, of course, but like a couple of them. And he was building a scout there. Oh, it's just so bad. Just so bad. Garden of Bones, nice. Burial Mound, okay. Death Gems coming up. Lots of Death Gems. Spoiler alert, don't find many nature sites this game. Like I'm on turn 29 right now, and I think I've got like an extra 3 nature income, searching up to 3 in nature. Thank goodness for other paths, but like, yeah, this is not a good nature game. Oh, Dai Bakemono coming in? What is this? What is this scripting? Aren't these your leaders? Sleep Aura and Invulnerability. Vulnerability is only 15 though, but you shouldn't have those guys in the front. I mean, that's a cool use of those units. This guy gonna make it off? Ah, he's not. Interesting. That's a cool use of those units, but that is not how I would script them. These need to be mixed in with your Dai Bakemono. I don't even know where these things come from. Mortal Vampires. The Sleep Ore, that's so good. But yeah, gotta keep those guys protected. Poor Shinuyama. Also poor Shinuyama. Getting pinged here. What? What happened there? Agartha suicides his cave captain? That must have been deliberate. I hope that was deliberate. Nazca attacking. This is 1 PD. Not worth watching. Pine Grove, assassination attempt on. So, forgot about this. Um, so I had a story event on this province. Entering a strange garden. So it's basically an adventure site. The premise is that you get a story pop up saying like there's a strange garden appears at this province, and you can send an adventurer to explore, or you can send a mage to investigate. So I was sending a mage that turn to site search, and I didn't look to see what the story event was. And this is what happens with that story. So, entering a strange garden with fantastic creations made of human and animal bones, your servant was attacked when some of these came to life. So, assassination attempt. And this is my hero with all the paths that I need, and she needs to stay alive, and I don't have her twice born yet. And she's getting attacked, thankfully by a skeleton. So she blesses. My blessing's good because it's got vulnerability 10 in it. Spear is 13 damage. It's piercing, which is unfortunate. Because no, she is not pierce resistant yet. So what is she gonna do? Final rest. Oh, oh, and she's a reanimator, so she turns him into a mannequin. Done. She just gets him with banishment. Final rest is the earth banishment. So let's see, magic and misfortune, air gems, nice. Trade routes, extremely important. Uh, this won't last very long. People moving into my province, they're gonna die. And trogs attack Facia. Yeah, if you're not ready for them, troglodytes are scary, scary stuff. So let me just see what I'm doing. This is half the income of your province. I have 0 PD. Okay, good. And I just assumed he was going to take it back because he was here. Why not go there? Just go there. So I'm abandoning. There's 0 PD. I just assumed he would take it next turn. Um, yeah. Kara, where's sweet Kara? Where are you, my girl? What? That event was here, wasn't it? Oh, it was here. It wasn't a story event. Or maybe it was. She had the story event happen here. I think that's what it was. I'm misremembering something that happened earlier in the game. There was a story event here at the Ancient Rune. This is a different event. Um, Different story event, I'm pretty sure. Um, yeah, options, view game settings, minor story events. Yep. Okay, so Kara is going here to site search. Who's coming to join her? Yes, a Mound King carrying a pile of crap with him. Perfect. Um, my centaurs sneaking back in. Um, this guy sneaking and attacking this province. Um, Basically just trying to be as much of a nuisance as possible. These used to be Nazcan lands, and I'm going to be raiding them pretty consistently. This used to be Facius. I kind of bought it from him in order to get this fight with Nazca going. It's kind of in Facia's interest to have me attack Nazca because this is a bit of a threat to him. Um, Although Facia himself is quite strong. But when Facia was fighting Mictlan, having Nazca like running free here, not good for Facia. So I can understand why he wanted to do that. Yeah, so that's a diplomacy, a little bit of light raiding, and then just generally moving my mages around to site search. That's all that's happening here. You can kind of see the action on this border. This is where the Cave Captain hit. This is where Shinuyama hit Venerus. So he's trying to consolidate these lands. I've got a better idea of what's going on with Shinuyama's extents here. So I was, yeah, from what was it, we calculated it to be like 18 provinces last turn. That seems to be about right. Um, I so which isn't bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. like this is far away from his cap because he doesn't have this. If he took this, then it's just 1, 2, 3, which isn't bad. This is 1, 2, that's good spacing. This is adjacent, that's really good. And then he hasn't risked putting up a fort over here, which is excellent. Yeah, okay, it's interesting seeing his play. And then I don't know what Van Roos is doing. No idea. I think Bandar Log is just raiding over here. At some point, maybe it's around now, Bandar Log has his naps canceled with both Mictlan here and Ulm. Ulm is here, and you can see how big Bandar Log is, so that's why he's attracting that much attention. I think that happens later in the game though, and I don't have a record of it, unfortunately. Let's check out turn 20, and I'm probably going to leave it there for now. Turn 20. So nice revisiting these turns. So yeah, we claimed the brass throne. Tara claims the throne of Gaia, which is going to suck for me in about 10 seconds. Get some carrion centaurs off. Cave of Ghouls, a death site, of course, because I only find death sites. And a series of battles, which we're going to look at in the other. We'll come back to the battles, that's what we'll do. So barbarians attack, and I lose a province. And Nazca's, yeah, this is kind of cool. We're going to check this out. So this is, these guys are slaves, and these guys are slavers, basically. So what's going on here is I just stumbled upon a province where he's got all of his slavers sitting, converting the population into these Hatenruna. And when that happens, it increases unrest, so you don't really want to do it on your cap. It also kills your population. Another good reason not to do it on your cap. But he's got 11 of these guys, and a total of 250 Hatenruna. So this is like just an army factory of his that he has there. Throne of Gaia gets growth +1 everywhere. Let's look at the events. Population -800, where the barbarian horde attacked. You win some, you lose some. New trade routes, yes. Cha-ching, that's another. The new trade routes are important because this is 20 basically permanent gold. It's still affected by my scales, but my scales only decrease it by like 10%, so 18 gold. Permanent 18 gold that I otherwise, from a province that would otherwise be 0. Some random gems, and some gold. The gold is important. And population and death. I already have death scales. Population, that's sad. I hate losing population. So we raid a negligible amount of province defense. Facey attacked Nazca and runs into a PD dump. There's a PD dump here? And Facio loses to it? And he's got this guy who's going to self-buff. Lightning Bolt. Oof. You know, Lightning Bolt's probably not the spell here. With Mistform, he could have gone in with the army. Although, yeah, it's not great, just one short sword. If he could quicken self. Yeah, let's look at this. Alteration. No, because water is 4. Nope. Oh, he could have gone in. He could have done that. That would have been the play, I think. Mistform, quicken self, and then just go in with your troops. So yeah, that happened here. This is where everybody loses their scouts because like that's a lot of units, and I bet you there's one commander there that's patrolling, and when he gets a full stack, let's have a look at it again. This one. What's your leadership? Oh, no, he's gonna have to send in something. He's gonna have to send in an Apu. Yeah, The Apu can lead 60, so he can take away 120 this turn with his leaders there. Yeah, let's flip through this again. Yeah, not exciting. We watched that. Banderlog attack Nazca 1. This is just against PD. This is just this Bandar player fascinates me. Like, this is the first time I've played with this particular player, and he's so efficient and creative. So I think these are mercs mixed with some of his native Marcata. Or maybe he's just built a Marcata raiding party of 50. And like, these guys have sticks and stones. Like, it's terrible. But he's fighting Nazca, who doesn't have protection on his units. So it's okay. Like, he still takes losses, but like, these guys are cheap as nothing. Like, he loses, what is it, 70 gold here? I mean, he does less than 70 gold worth of damage. He does take the province, so maybe more than 70 gold worth of damage. Nazca attacks Banderlog, another 2 Condors lost. That's what's interesting here. Relatively small amount of PD. This is 6 PD. Not going to watch that. Banderlog attack Nazca and 1 War Elephants against Woodsman. Interesting. This is a real War Elephant Doom stack. Body Ethereal War Elephants. On guard commander, nonetheless, except for 1. So he lets the 1 go. That's really interesting. Really interesting strategy. With the idea of guard commander means that they're going to trample around his commanders just in case he does run into a doom stack. Yeah, so you can see me moving my mages around to site search here. Lots of like sneaky, not lots of sneaky site searchers, but they're hidden here and they're site searching. So I've raided here. I'm going to take both these troops, consolidate them here. This guy's going to go here because why would he leave? If it's got condors in it, it's a raiding force and it's moving to the front. So this isn't going to stay here. This is going to be gone next turn. So I think I tell Bandar Log, not in a message, but in Discord, hey, I'm going to be hitting this province. Don't move in. I've got it. And it's late commitment, right? Like, this is nothing. 24 of my undead on a 3 gem chassis. Not a problem. This is high commitment. This is a lot to me. This is 18 of my sacreds. And I'm not going to have sacreds much longer. Like, let's see what I'm recruiting per a turn now. Yeah, realistically, just 3 a turn. So 18 sacreds at 3 per turn. That's 6 turns of sacred production right there. Half a year of sacred production is hitting this province. And I could lose it all if he counter raids. But he's not going to. He's going to move back. He's going to counter raid his cap because Phasia sailed all of his crap onto it. Killed his PD this turn because he wasn't patrolling his cap. Because why would you, right? Sailing's a thing that like players don't generally look for. So it was important that Phasia take this because that would have secured him a retreat path here. So I'm pretty sure he's just going to run off this province because he doesn't want to lose all his units. Yeah, so that's turn 20. I think I'm going to end this episode for now. Thank you for watching. I'll get caught up again on turn 21.